Afternoon everybody, here we are for tile number 11, 17th of April already. And crazily enough today I'm actually at home, so I have two little dogs here wanting to get involved. Obviously Seth doesn't want to know, but here's Benji, he's like yay, hi. He's sat here wagging his tail and he can't sit on my knee forever because, to be honest, he does want to eat everything in sight. So I'll end up with no tile and no tortillon or everything else. So off he goes. Hopefully he's going to be nice and quiet for the hour, but we'll see how we go. So how's everybody? Have we got our name on our tile? We've got our date and the tile number. I'm really looking forward to this one actually because it's okay. Well, I think I always say that they're my favourites, but I do like this one. And as I mentioned on our last session, I am going to be using this stencil. Now, if you haven't got one, please don't worry about it at all. You can sketch this. It's just as a guide to give you a bit of an idea, really. So today we're going to start with pencil, and just as we regular do, sunny Derbyshire. It's sunny actually here in Doncaster too. So yeah, I'm going to use my pencil as normal. I'm going to just put this on, and I'm not going to do my dots and border today. This is sort of acting as my border. Now, go really lightly with this because you don't want to be seeing this at the end. I wanted to sort of give you an idea that using a stencil, even though it be a basic shape, you're not going to end up with this particular shape afterwards. And I think we noticed that the last time we used this. So there we go. So I've got my inner and outer, and you see that the actual size of the thickness of this frame is about the thickness of my pencil. Yeah, something like that. So it just gives you an idea. It's just a guide. Okay, oh, no pressure there, Karen, then. I ought to get this right, hadn't I? So I'm going to go a bit bigger. And what I want to do is I want to find sort of the centre, but I don't want to draw loads of lines. So I'm going to turn it so I've got a point here, put here top to bottom. And I actually do find that drawing straight lines down helps. So I'm going to pretend, there we go, and just put a little dot or a mark in the middle there. Turn it again. And here we go, about there. Okay, so I've sort of got the centre now. I'm just going to use this one just to sort of check out. Yeah, it's about there. That's absolutely fine. Okay, and again, there's just a bit of I'm going to stick with pencil for now because I know what we're all like when we're drawing sort of things here. Let's go a bit bigger there. Let's sort of put a bit of a ball in there. So it's quite large for one that we normally do. So if we were doing a bit smaller, I'd perhaps go in and use pen straight off, but it gives you an idea. Okay. Right, once you're happy with that, go on in pen and just draw the outline of that shape in the centre there. So I'm just going to take my little clip off. There we go. Just so I can turn my tile a little bit easier. I'm doing in quite like I'm doing extra lines here just to sort of give me that shape I'm looking for there. So get me going. Okay. Alright, so there we go. I'm ignoring those pencil lines. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about rubbing them out or anything. You'll not notice them at all. Okay, and then in the centre, see now I'm straighting with pen. Oh, it's raining in Wales. Well, do you know what? We have to have the rain. We really do. It's just nice not to have it here today. Usually in the office and I can't see outside. It's nice to have all these windows. Okay, how are we doing? So we've got basically a bubble type shape and then a little bubble in the middle. And looking at the size of it, you get the sort of hang of it. You get the idea. Okay. Are you sure, Bridget? We've only just started. Okay. So next bit then, I'm going to focus in this centre bit here. So I'm going to work from this little bubble in the middle. And I'm going to sort of follow it round. And I'm going to create a curve coming off it like so. Okay. So imagine if that's sort of I don't know, let's say that's at 6 o'clock. Let's sort of then take this one up and bring it in at about 12 o'clock. Oh, hi Sandra, hi Sean, Carol, Janet. Okay, so then I'm going to turn my tile again and I'm going to do the same. So I'm going to do 6 o'clock, about anyway, don't worry too much about it, and 12 o'clock. Okay, so I've got that. All right. So taking each section separately now, I'm going to work again, sort of from the top here. And you see how, again, I'm working downwards. I just find that easier. If you find working across ways easier, then that's absolutely fine. Do it that way. It's whatever suits you. So what I'm going to create now is a series of stripes, just following that line. See, mine are quite close together. If you want to do them a little bit further apart, that's fine. If you want to do them a little bit wavy, you can do that too. But I'm just going to fill it in all the way to the end. Okay. So then I'm going to turn it again. And you see this line now. So it's the same as the line I've just worked with. And again, I'm going to fill it in with a series of stripes. So you see where that pencil mark was when we first started? You don't really see it anymore. It's sort of hidden underneath these lines. There we go. Okay, turning it again. So I'm going to follow the same principle, following that little line. I'm going to work my way down. There we go. Just keeping it going. Remember, don't put too much pressure on your pen. Just let that nib do all the work for you. Just keep it nice and relaxed. And just follow it down. There we go. Don't worry about them being straight or not, or same thickness, although I might go and put a couple in there. There we go. Okay. Well, good afternoon from Newcastle. There we go. So let's just make that a little bit smaller so you can see what I'm doing there. Alright, so that's our centre done. So far so good. Everybody can sort that, can't they? Everybody can do that one. Hi Carol. Hey Lewis. It's nice to see you, see names cropping up again. I feel like I'm starting to know you all now. Okay. Pencil then. We're going to do some guidelines, or shall we? No, let's stick with pen, just to change it up a bit. Let's stick with pen. We could do this. Now, again, I'm working with this sort of section here, so in between the two points. So I've got a point there and a point there. That's what I'm working to. Okay? Oh, Sanntanglers. Do you know, it's lovely that you're using that. It's really nice. Thank you. And I'm going to create, there you go, curve. And then I'm going to use a curve. Okay, so I've done that between those 2 points on that frame. And then I'm going to turn it round. And again, working from that one to that one, I'm going to do another curve. And I'm going to do another curve. You see where this is going? I turn my tile again. So working from that, you don't have to do the dots, by the way. I'm just doing that so you can see where I'm sort of starting and where I'm aiming for, just to give you an idea. Oh, please don't worry about being late. It's fine. We've not actually done that much. I think you'll still see. You'll still pick up what we're doing. But feel free to just watch what we're doing. Hey Neil. Oh, I recognise that name. I've just packed a parcel for you this morning. And it's been collected by Hermes, so you're pleased to know now that apart from Sean's list, sorry Sean, I'll get to it, everybody that's ordered from me, it's all out and ready to go, so that's good news. Oh, sorry Linda, you can pause it afterwards because it's live at the minute. I don't think you can, but you can if you watch it back later, so please don't panic. I've done these sort of little leaf shapes on each of the corners. Oh, I know what you mean. I've got two little dogs now. They just sat here minding their own business. That's fine. Okay, so we've done this section. So what I'm going to work on now is I'm going to leave it sort of at this sort of size so you can see what I'm doing. If you imagine finding sort of the centre-ish there, I'm not going to I'll put a dot, but you don't need to, just so you can see how I'm working. Okay, so I'm going to put one of those leaves, not all the way, not to the whole thing, but about halfway. You see, so there's half the distance there to there, and I've put one of those shapes. It's sort of in the middle, and then at the bottom here, but I've left off there. Okay, and that was perhaps a bit too much words, but we'll do that again. There's the middle-ish, and then I'm going to be working from there just about halfway. So let's do one there. Okay, and the next one, so working there. Okay, hope those dots are helping. I say you don't have to put those dots in. I'm just using them to show you where my thinking is, so to speak. Okay. If they're not the same size, it doesn't matter. Just as long as they're similar-ish, it's fine. Same again, look there. And to there. Okay. And last one there, look. Alright. So let's have a look at that. Okay, so I've got these ones going around the outside, and then I've got these ones here going around the inside. So I've sort of, imagine I've got a bit of a sort of a triangular shape going on there. Okay, so I'm going to enlarge it now so you can see what I'm going to do with this little section. All right, and it might be worth taking a deep breath and just watching this. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from this point here, and my aim is to go from here, so following this line, around and down the side of this one. Okay, so there we go. We're going to go from there to there. So here we go. So from this point, I'm going to follow this sort of curve, gets me going, so it gives me the sort of the angle I'm looking for. Down, I'm going to miss that little leaf shape there, and I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom there. Okay, so from here, followed it round and to this end. Okay, so then I'm going to turn my tile, and then I'm going to repeat that process. So I'm going to go from here round. I'm going to miss that little leaf shape, and I'm going to come down around the outside of it. Okay, so let me just make that a little bit bigger so or small so you can see it. There you are. That's how it's working so far. Okay, so then to the next one. So I'm going to follow this curve round, and then I'm going to come out here, miss that, and down the side of it. Okay, same again. From here all the way down, follow it round and to the side of it. Okay, and then same again. So we know we like our repetitive lines. That's it. Just keep it going from round and there. Now if you find going from there to there, it really doesn't matter. Let's just keep it the same. Okay, so moving up again. So this time I'm going to do it sort of the opposite way round. So instead of starting on these points, I'm going to start at the edge there, and the idea is that I'm going to come up here and then back round and join it here. So here we go. So I'm going to go up here, just taking it nice and gentle, and then round here, and then join the top there. Okay, oh fine. No worries, that's the beauty of this, you can watch it back So again, I'm going to start from here and I'm going to go round and along and aim for this point here. So here goes. Up this way. And then follow it down all the way to the point there. All right. So turning it round, same again. So from about here, all the way around the outside of that shape, around the outside of that one, and then touching the top there. Okay, next one. Same again, from here. I'm going to go all the way around. So there's our little sort of aura, isn't it? And then we aura around this curved line and we touch the top there. Okay, 2 more to do. From here, along that section, and then back down there. All right. Deep breath. 1 more to do. Alright, so along here to the top and back down to join the top there. Okay, so here we go. Let's have a look at how that's looking so far. Alright, okay. You see, I have actually gone out of the frame now, but that's fine because remember this was just a guide, just to give us these points really and help us out a little bit. Okay, deep breath then. Here we go for the next bit. Now again, I'm going to zoom on in there so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so this time what I want to do is I want to join this to this here. Okay, so working it through, if I look at it, I'm going to go on this edge here and I'm going to bring it around underneath here and along to join with that there. So here we go, from there, look, along, and I'm going to stop there. So it looks like it's a continuous line, but it's going underneath this one, and it's going underneath this one, underneath each time. Okay, so then here, I'm going to repeat that. I'm going to do exactly the same again to there, but you can see it's got no line to join here, has it? So what we're going to do is bring that line down to there. So you've got that shape. Okay? So let's watch that again on the next one. So following around the outside here, I can take this one and bring it down here. So from here, going underneath this one to touch that one. See how that one works there. Oh, holding my breath just watching. Oh no, do you know what? I've slowed down here. I'm taking my time, and you might want to watch it a couple of times and just do a quick practice. But once you get the hang of it, you'll think, oh my word, actually, yeah, I get that now. And it's just following those steps and just doing each one in turn. The only thing that matters is that one line you're working on. It doesn't matter about anything else and what else is going on in that picture, what else is going on around you. It's just about focusing on that one single line. Okay, I'm just working my way around and I'm doing exactly the same all the time, from there to there. And then this one here, from there to there. Okay, you see we're getting this continual, almost little flowing line. And you know what, I know it's about relaxing and chilling out, but sometimes I think it's about just having that little bit of a challenge as well and trying something new. This is, this is a really nice one. Look at that. All right, and just from those basic shapes, and we've just added a few curves. It's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? I mean, it's nowhere near finished yet. We've got plenty more to do. But I just think just having that sort of starting point, and now we've got something that we can work with in, it looks fantastic. I love this one. Okay, deep breath. We've got there. So here's the next bit. So I'll just make it a little bit larger so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to be focusing on this section here. Okay, so again, I'm actually going to put dots so you can see it. If I'm pointing from here, I want to mark sort of the centre of this line. So I'm going to use this as a guide. Put a dot there. Okay, so I'm working to that dot. And what I'm going to do is go from there to there. You see, so I'm still working within this frame of the hexagon, but I'm going to create a curved line here from there to there. All right, and then this side from there to there. Okay, so let's move that out a bit so you can see it. Now, if you want to do a straight line there, that's absolutely fine. So remember, I'm following this original stencil shape, found the centre sort of, and I've done a curved line and a curved line. Okay, so the same on the next one now. So I'm just going to find that centre-ish. You don't need to measure it, it's just about from there to there, and then from there to there. Okay, so continuing that on then. Yeah, and sort of find my centre point-ish. Oh, you're welcome, Lorraine. Thank you all for supporting me. You know, I know I think this is a real nice way to connect with people, but you know, the support, not just you know, with what's going on and everything, but the fact that, you know, I really tried to get your parcels out the other day, and Hermes was a little bit awkward, but you know, we got that sorted, and you were all very, very nice about it. So thank you for your patience with that. Here we go. All right, so I'm just working my way around. Okay. I'm sure they're really pushed at the moment, you know, couriers trying to get everything out, so we have to have a bit of patience with them. Okay, see there, look. Okay, so that was just finding the centre bit and adding a curve either side. So we're getting this bit of a pattern now. All right. Okay, we're all done with that bit-ish. Okay. I'm going to focus now on these sections here. Okay, and what we're going to do, again, you see that I've got this sort of, I've got it straight in line with my body, so I'm working top to bottom again. But if you want to work side to side, again, it really doesn't matter, it's fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create sort of one of those leaf shapes, but not quite as pointy. So I'm going to try and touch the sides there. And I'm going to try and touch the sides there. Okay. Turn it round. And I'm going to touch the sides and the sides. Turn it round. From the sides. Hi, Fiona. I know you do have to concentrate on this one, I must admit. But I thought, you know what, hey, what? You've got the whole weekend to sit and play with this. And the beauty of it is you can add more of those little leaf shapes at the beginning and create more curves and more interconnections. There's a lot of possibilities with this one. Okay, so there's that shape in there then. I've just gone from the top there and I've touched here and touched here. Okay. So I'll make it a little bit bigger, because in the middle of these I'm going to put another line and another line. You see, it's quite narrow. I've got a thicker section in the middle, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one of those lovely little bubble shapes there, and then I could do bubbles, but I'm going to just sort of like make it look like that one's gone underneath. So it's, yeah, and then work this way too. There we go. And then fill in those gaps. All right. Okay, yeah, Susan, this one is nice. It is a nice one to do. So it takes a little bit more concentration, but you work on little steps at a time, just that one line at a time, and you continue it. It's just repetitive All it's been so far is curves, but done in various ways, that's all. Just curves. Okay. Remember, so we've got this line this side, one this side, that little bubble in the middle, and then taking them off from that centre one and filling in those little gaps. You see, you can see how, you know, when it's close up, you know, it's a little, it's not perfect in every way, but it's mine, you know, and it's how it's to be. And that's absolutely fine. I think this is what gives it its character, is you being a little bit different with it. Oh no, crazy, hasn't it gone quick? You think this is tile 11? And originally I did say I was going to do 12, and in your emergency packs that's what you've got, 12 tiles. But at that point in time we only thought we were going to be holed up for 3 weeks, and that just gave us 12 tiles, 3 times a week, 3 weeks, and that worked for us. However, I'm really reconsidering that as we speak, thinking, well, do you know what? There's some people that have been told they've got to stay in for, 3 months, and they're talking about the lockdowns another 3 weeks. So I think we're going to have to. Oh, they do look like peas in the pod, don't they? We're going to have to look at extra tiles, if you can cope with it. That is, if you want more. I might find that after tile 12, tile 13, I might be here on my own, just tangling away live. There we go. So there's my little peas in the pod. So looking at these sections here, I'm not going to do anything really fancy with them. I'm just going to put in 2 or 3 lines either side. Now, if you can get 3 in, that's fine. But I can only actually squeeze 2 in there. Okay. All right. Same again here. And there. You see, I'm just working and just putting in just a few lines. It just gives it a little bit of texture. So see how that's going. There we go. I bet all your journals are looking really good, aren't they? Though I bet we're filling them up nicely. I know I'm a little bit behind with a couple of them, but to be honest, I'm working as well. And of course, I've done Create and Craft twice this month, and they've asked me to go back in next week. So I've come up with some new products that I think, we could do this, that might be of interest. We'll see how we go with those. So there we go. So we've worked on these sections. We've got those little lines in. Oh, 12 weeks, gosh. Oh, would you, Janet, on the 13th? Should we call it the 13th, or would we have to skip one? Because like hotels don't have 13 floor, do they? Okay. Oh, the highlight of the week. Oh, do you know, that's lovely to know. I enjoy doing them, I really do. Okay, so far so good. Right, so let's move on then, and we're going to work in these sections here, these funny sort of shapes we've created. And I'm going to work from this little leaf here outwards. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a line in, like so. Okay, let me just go mad. There you are. So there's my line in there. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is keeping in with the curves, I think. Oh, Sally's got a birthday coming up. Can we do virtual birthday cake? Okay, so here, sort of splitting this into 2, I'm going to put a curve in, you see? And then I'm going to split this one into 2. And then I'm going to split this one into 2. All right. And then this one here. There. And I've split that. And I've split that. Okay. Oh, Christine. All right. So what I'm going to do now, this bit here, I'm going to create sort of a little a little shape there, because what I want to do is I want to fill that little gap in there, and I want that black section to be sort of in the centre. Okay, remember, no need to press on with this, just let your pen do all the work. Really, so 13's a good one then. And then here I'm going to miss one, and then I'm going to fill one in. So I know, you know, we're working on basics on our emergency set, and I'll continue to do that. But if you've got a thicker pen, then by all means, get your thicker pen out, and you can fill these in with your thicker one. But then you might have to wait for us. Okay, and same with that one. Now again, here there's nothing stopping you using colours. Again, I'm just sticking with the basics. Okay, and then in each of those ones that we've not coloured, again, I'm just going to put a single line. All right. So let's have a look at that. There we go. Well, it's not looking too bad at all, is it, that? So let's turn to the next one. So we're going to repeat the process from here to here. So we've got that centre line in. And then I'm going to go centre, and then split that and split that. You see, I've done curves going that way. And on this side, I'm doing curves going that way. So I'm getting that nice sort of shape filling in there. The centre one here, I'm just going to create that little shape in the middle there. And then I'm going to fill it in. Right. Something about, I think, filling it in and adding that black pen just gives it some nice little drama. Oh, 21 again. How long have we been saying that? Yeah. Do you know what though? Do you feel any different? Do you feel older? I don't think I do. I think I did the other day when I did a 12-hour shift packing parcels. That was certainly interesting. And that's when you miss your friends, when they say, I'll come in and help. You're like, you can't now. There we go. It's just filling those bits in. And then, of course, just bringing that little line in. Okay. And again, if you want to, there's nothing stopping you putting a little dot on the end of those. But I think for this one, I'm gonna leave it and just put the line. See, I missed my dot there. That doesn't matter. That was just a guide, remember. Splitting our space each time. Working our way along. Nice and gradual. There you go. Making that space in the middle. And just filling it in. There we go. Just had an excited little puppy running in. Don't know what he's seeing outside. What he's come to disturb the other one. Seth's not impressed. There we go. Oh, Caroline, honestly, don't just go with it, you know. If it's not steady, don't make it a bit shaky on purpose. Just over accentuate it, and you'll have a tile that just looks as fabulous as I'm hoping this one's going to turn out to be. There we go. Oh, 10 years, Gracie. I think John and I, it's 21 this year. So what is that? Was it last year was 20? That was an emerald. And I think we did. I was going to have an emerald, but then I ended up with an opal, which is beautiful. The only thing is it needs changing because I've lost quite a lot of weight in this last, 19 to so yeah, so it's if I put it on my finger now, it falls off. So it does need changing a bit. I will get round to it. No rush. There we go. So I'm on section number 3. Oh, sorry, it's because the more I turn it off and then turn my tile around, the more I then start looking at that and I don't see the camera anymore. And before you know it, my tile's whipped off the screen and you can't see it anymore. Yeah, absolutely, Gracie, yeah. You could have a date night. Yeah, you could, I don't know. Perhaps I'll go cooking tea together, or, you do main course and he does dessert or something. If you've got anything in, that is. Apparently flour's now in short supply, isn't it? 'Cause everybody's baking. Trust me, my baking's all right, but I don't think it'll win any competitions. No, I do have a friend that she we called her into. When I say we called, she lives just up the road, and she left me some cake on the doorstep the other day. So that was very nice. She's pretty good. You know who I mean if you're watching. There we go. Just taking my time filling it in. Oh, brass. Oh. So what kind of things would we be buying then? Brass. I don't know. It's not like it's not as nice as an emerald, is it? Wow. I'll have to think about that one. Yeah. Maybe I'll go back and have the emerald that I should have had last year. There we go. Right, working my way down there. Just filling that little bit in. And I've got to go back and put my lines in. I was so engrossed in putting this colour on and this black that I forgot to do my lines. But that's okay. I can go back and do them. And see, now we're not really got that hexagon shape anymore, have we? It's sort of fading away into the background. So we don't really see it anymore. And that's the idea. It was there as a starting point. Oh, yeah, I could go steampunk. Yeah. I don't think John's up for the dressing up again. We did do Lincoln the other year and we dressed up and he was like not happy. I have a great photograph of him looking not happy. It's great. Look at that. Oh yeah, Kristen. Yeah, you could use this as the dream catcher set as well. Yeah, of course. All right. So far, so good. Okay. Work in progress. I have a lot of those. All right then. So we need to be working around the outside now. Brass can be money. Absolutely. Yeah. See, you give me all these ideas. Shy horse, brass. Oh. Okay. So I'm going to use a tangle called poke leaf. And it's entirely up to you whether you want to use this. We have done others before. If you want to do something a little bit different. But poke leaf, go 2 lines. And then I'm going to do a little curve on the top there. And then working my way around from the point. So I'm working, let me go a little bit bigger so you can see it. There we go. So I'm working from this point here. and coming round, see, and up, and then the same the other side, round and up. Okay, now I am going to go inside these, so it's as though they are hollow, and then you can see that you take one from here, they can start to grow. There we go, from each other, so they're coming out all places. There we are. Now I'm not going to totally fill my tile here, but say I've gone the other way around. Let's just do that a little bit. And then let's have one coming out from here. So that's going up, and it looks like it's going behind there. tin of chopped tomatoes. Oh, it's really funny. Oh dear. Will he thank you for that though? I don't know, maybe things have changed. Maybe he will. Okay, so you can see that I've worked my way down the other side, and I'm moving it along now to stop and fill around the edge. There we go. Let's have one pretending it's sort of there, look. And then you see again, let's have that one in here. Might even have another one coming out there, look, and it might just go up. There we go. So it looks like now that this is over the top. Oh really, Sheila? Interesting. Yeah. When I draw, my artwork is very steampunk related. I have done a couple of books as well, steampunk pictures in. But, not for a little while now. Yeah, hey Julie, now zingers, are you sure? Do we really need zingers on this one? See, now we've mentioned it, we're going to find that they're going to be creeping in, aren't they? Alright, now there might be some people on here thinking, what on earth is she talking about? Zingers? So I'm going to have to show you again, aren't I? Which means I'm going to have to put one on. There we go. So let me just sort of pull this out a little bit so you can see. There you are, look. You see where it's sort of working its way around? Okay. So I'm just going to keep working my way around. Again, if you remember when we started with a hexagon, did he really? Oh. You can see where that hexagon sort of first started. It's not really there now. It was just our guide, our starting point. But from then on, I don't know if you noticed, sometimes I don't follow it all the way around. Sometimes I'll come back on myself and work back up. It's nice sometimes to get a little bit of a different perspective and bring your leaves in from a different sort of angle, and it just gives it that little bit of life because it moves a little bit. There we go. Okay, that one's going under there. Another one there. You see, I've not gone right to the edge, but I'm trying not to have a continual sort of the same size line. I think it's quite random, just sort of breaking up that hexagon shape there that we started with. There we go. See, sometimes I do go up and then back down, but it depends how confident you feel with that. If you feel that you want to start from the bottom both sides, then that's what you do. Whatever's comfortable for you, it's absolutely fine. I'm just giving you the guidance. I'm just saying this is how I do it. If you've got a different way, then by all means, use your way. If you want to say use a different pattern. Remember we did one, what was it, number 4 or 5, where we did like mushrooms. We did a frame of patterns like triangular. That would work just as well on here. And I did consider using that one, but I thought, you know what, because we've got a lot of lines anyway, it was nice to go a little bit more organic and throw in some of these little leaves. There we go. I don't want them all to be the same shape, so let's just keep it going. Always room for zingers. Now, yes. I was going to say, I wonder who said that. Yeah. Here we are. Get my way around. Oh, the sun's coming back out. I must admit, my little dogs have been quiet enough. Benji's flat out in the living room, it's like having the door open. Do you know what though, for a puppy? I know. He sleeps pretty much. He actually sleeps a lot on his back, which is really quite funny. And his little tongue hanging out. And then he whimpers to himself like he's dreaming. So cute. But not when he wakes you up at 4 o'clock in the morning. He's not so cute then. No. There we go. See, I could put one there, but I don't want to be... I don't want to be having it too straight a line. Oh, hey Shelley. No, if you've got to work, you've got to work. You can catch up. It's not a problem. There we go, look. Just almost there. So, you know, you could go on forever with these. And I think this would be quite nice in your journal, adding some of these in, and you can create lots of different frames. Oh, hey Julie. Say hi to Caitlin and Maddie. All right. So, just to sort of stay in with this, the black and the filling, you see here where we've got little gaps showing. Now, there's a couple of ways you can do things with this. We could go in and add little bubbles, or you could just go in and fill it in with black. But I think I'm going to do a combination of the two. I'm going to have a couple of bubbles, and I'm going to go in and fill the bits that I can't. There we go, so they're coming out a little bit with the black. There we go. I think this sometimes it neatens things up a bit as well. So you might look and you think, oh, I'm not quite happy with what I've got there. But going in and adding a couple of these in just finishes it off. You see it's quite a bit there. Look, let's go in and do that one. And if you've got any sort of your edges that you think, oh, I'm not quite sure about what I'm doing there, or that didn't go quite as planned, then these will cover a multitude of sins, let's say. There we are, look, add a few of those. Plus it defines those shapes that we've created. All right, now here I'm actually going to fill the whole of that shape in. It's really going to show that that leaf is in the background. There we go. Okay, that's fine, whatever works. I don't know as well if I've been using the same pen throughout, and we've been pretty heavy on some of this black, and it's just nice to know it's still going. You know, so we've all got lots of pens, but I've kept this one specifically in my little emergency pack, so I know I've always got it if I need it. So it's just nice to know that they work pretty well. There we go. You see, look at the difference. God, where I've started, you know, with that black and some bubbles, to where I haven't. Yeah. So I'm just going to keep working my way around, filling bits in as I go. You see, it sort of starts where bubbles sort of get, you know, they're sort of loosening off a little bit, aren't they? Let's have one in there, look. And again, let's fill this one in. So take your time with that pen. There we go. Working my way around. Nothing better. I do find that I can lose myself doing these bubbles. You find it on a lot of my work, but they just work so well. And I think as well it's how you feel when you're doing it. If it relaxes you and sort of puts you in a really nice frame of mind. It's almost like taking a nap, I think. And if you can come out of that and you think, do you know what, actually, I do feel a bit relaxed, and that's what it's all about. You know, there's no point stressing over it. Tiny tile. You know, and if yours didn't quite work same as mine, then maybe you've discovered something a little bit different. Just who's to know? You know, create your own patterns. There we go. It's just something about them, though, isn't there? So, not too far off. I've got another 2 sides to do, so I don't know how much you've been keeping up or whether you're just watching and just chilling out. Just taking our time there. Okay, another one to fill in. You know, are you losing track of days? Just sort of wake up in the morning and you think, what day is it today? How do we sort of get over that? Do you have a calendar that you tick off? Or I don't know. Well, I know some of us, you know, we're still working, but it's still weird. It still feels a bit, because, you know, things are not happening. Like, you know, the kids aren't going to school, so you don't see them walking past the window and stuff. But then again, I suppose in summer holidays, it's a bit like that, isn't it? You think, oh, what day was it? So, interesting. There we go, I'm going to fill the whole of that bit in there. Couple of bubbles. Yeah. Maybe do a lifetime pack. That's really funny. Gosh. Oh, please don't say for the next 12 months. Not that I'll enjoy tangling for the next 12 months, but I think, you know, we all need, hopefully, we all need to be out and about before then, don't we? It'd be nice. Can we get this sorted for us? So, who knows? There's no point worrying about it and saying what if. We've just got to go with it and just hang on in there. Alright, let's have a look at this then. Oh, Gracie, this is my ring. It says I am me on my ring. Sometimes it's nice to have a little bit of a reminder that, you know, you're your own person. There we are, look. Yeah, but, you know, don't worry about what other people are saying or what other people are doing. You do your thing because that's who you are. Colour marker pens. Oh, who just asked me that? I do like my Copics, I must admit. But I have lots of different ones because, as you know, I teach colouring. So I always think, you know, it depends on your budget and it depends on what works for you. One thing I do like, though, is I like to choose my own colours. So I do like individuals and not any of these that are already picked for you or changed themselves. I like to be able to do that myself. Oh, okay. How are we doing then? That doesn't look at that. Imagine doing that in like ice blues. It could look almost snowflakey. Or, you know, in like flame colours. It's quite, you know, a lot that we could be doing here, isn't there? Oh, so I bet we've got the same one then. Gracie, I bet we have. Okay, are we ready for some shading then? Here we go. So, starting from the very beginning when we did this little bubble in the middle, I'm going to be working, you remember this line, the 6, the 12, the 3 and the 9? Let's just add in, and I'm going to put some pressure on here. I want quite a lot on, some there. Turn it round, some on that section there. Turn it round, that section there. Turn it round, that section there. Okay. I'm just going to add, not as thick, but just a little bit around those edges. Okay. So let's go in then with our tortillon. And I love a little paper stub. And all I'm going to do is, I'm just going to move some of that from the line just out a little bit. See, I'm just working little zigzags. I'm going to go any further than that, I think. Turn it round, same again. Okay, I might even add a little bit on the inside there. Turn it round, same again. Turn it round, same again. Okay, and then back to my swirls. I'm just going to soften up that outside edge. I'm not covering loads, I'm just smoothing it a little bit because I've got other plans for the rest of it. There we go. Let's have a look at that from a bit of a view. Oh, Julia, it is nice, this one. There we go. Just come Just a touch. There we go. I think sometimes going back and looking at it, well, that's fine. The idea is you don't want it to spread across the whole thing. Okay? All right. Next bit then. We're going to work on these sections that we did, these little peas in a pod. And we're back to doing that sort of little smirk on the sides there. And then here I'm going to add some pencil there, some pencil there. Okay. So again, if I use my tortillon, you can see there that I'm just going to smooth that a touch. Bring that one down and then just curl those a little bit. Okay. Just move out a touch. You see where it's got a little bit darker there. So it's entirely up to you. You can do these little smirks and add the pencil and then use your tortillon and then move, or you can just go in and add or your pencil to start. It's whichever suits. Doesn't matter. See, I'm going to go in. I'm putting all my pencil in first. There we go. Working my way around. You see these little sort of peas in the pod now are start to take on a little bit of life. Oh, Bernadette, honestly, don't you worry about it. I think if you're finding that there's too much graphite going on, then just ease off with your pencil and just add a little bit. But if you're not adding enough, then you could always go back in and put a bit more. Or do you know what? You could always rub it out and do it again. So please don't worry about it. I mean, just sort of think, I'm going to see how it turns out. If you always think that you're rubbish at it, you're never going to improve. You've got to just work that mindset a little bit. Be a bit sneaky. Just say, do you know what? Today, my shading's going to be awesome. And guess what? You know, I bet you see results. And there we go. I mean, sometimes, you know, I can look at my tile and I think, oh, that don't look too bad. And then before you know it, I'll look at it in real close up, like a lot of you see my tile close up and you think, oh my word, what have I done or what have I not done? And you just don't have to beat yourself up about it. You think it's fine. That's how it's going to be. That's fine. There we go. So that's this section. So we've done our little bubbles there and a little bits on the edge. So we need a little bit now in these sections here. So here we go. So what I'm going to do, just to change it up a bit, I'm going to have some at the bottom and some at the top. So I'm going to go ahead and do that in all of them. Some at the bottom, at the top, some at the top. Just working my way around. See, I've only put a little bit. I don't need much. The tortillon's going to move that around. Okay. Done in with the tortillon. And then I'm going to just smooth that edge and smooth that. The idea is I want to keep a bit of the paper not with any pencil on, so you've got a bit of a light source in the middle almost. So it's very, very small amounts of movement. There we go. See there. Okay, let's have a look at that. All right, that's right. Okay. So working now in these sections here, I'm going to, even though we've coloured it in black, I'm still going to put some on and I'm going to add it into those corner bits there. And I am pressing on a little bit here. I'm putting some pencil down there, so don't be shy. You know, actually get some in there. There we go. That's it. And again, tortillon. Just gonna smooth it out a little bit. Again, though, I've not gone right to the edge. I'm just pulling it out a little bit. There we go. But leaving the edge. If you do that each time. Now, if you find when you're doing this, you think, oh, I've gone over it, then again, a rubber. Or just flick outwards. I know you think, oh, it takes a bit longer, but if that means that you're a bit more in control of it, then that's what you can do, just to sort of help things a little. Again, it's all about finding ways that work for you. You know, the way I do it might not work for you, but it just gives you a pointer, doesn't it? Okay, let's have a look at that so far. All right, now I can't really, let's have a look. There we go. I can't really see because the sun's now coming in behind me. So far, so good. All right, back in with our pencil. Now, if we were going to shade our little poke leaf, it would take us absolute age. So I'm not going to do that. I mean, you could if you wanted, but I'm not going to. What I am going to do is I'm going to go around. Oh, look what I've missed there. There we go. I'm just going to fill that one in. There we go. I'm going to go all the way around my shape. There we go, that's where I was. You see, I've been quite heavy with the pencil today. Sometimes, you know, you don't need much, but I think today we need to sort of define that edge. So, because if you remember what we started with, we don't want to see that hexagon shape anymore. That was just a guiding point. So, you know, I know if you've got these stencils, if you've got any stencils that you use, you know, don't just think that all you've got to do is draw that particular shape with it. Not at all. You know, be a little bit more adventurous and try a few things out. See what you can come up with. Okay. So just working my way around. That's it. Almost there. All the way round. Okay. So then again, tortillon. And this time, you know, I'm going in with swirls. Remember me saying in one of the past, the swirls is going to sort of, it's going to break your line up a little bit and move it along. There we go. Just keep it going. And you see where you're sort of getting little bits of maybe little blobs, just sort of then come in and work that shade out a little bit. Okay. There we go. Back to swirls, just to break it up. Making my way around my shape. And then if I get something that I need to break up a bit more, then in we go with a little bit less pressure. Working it round. Nice and bold strokes almost, because you know it's a lot of pencil I've put on there. Well, I want it to be quite dark because, you know, I've put quite a lot of black on today, haven't we? Oh yeah, keep going. Oh, I'm sorry if I can't answer some of your points. I can't quite see them because the light's shining. Oh, hey Pat, hey Karen, and Shirley. How are you getting on? There we go, look. Just working it through. Same with this one. So you see now it doesn't matter that I've not shaded all those little leaves individually because some are covered and some are not, and they're all slightly different anyway. So it didn't matter. And there's lots of ways to shade things anyway, so we're only using one. Okay, let's have a look at that. Not too bad at all. So now I'm going to do something just to sort of, when I say finish it off, that we normally do at the beginning. And that's put a border in. And you think, oh, on earth is she going to do that? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of come in a little bit and I'm going to put my line in, just as I would before. But you see I'm going underneath anything that's there. Turn my tile. Same again. But again I'm going underneath all those leaves. And again. All right there, but I'm going underneath. You see, I'm just focusing on the paper, and I'm not drawing on it, but I'm just letting my pencil guide me in. So there, like, so it's going to there, underneath there, to that one, back to that one. Okay, here we go. Oh, Lindsay. I'd have got back to it eventually. Okay, so I'm going to be quite heavy and I'm on the inside. So I'm not going back in with pen. I'm going in with pencil, just on the inside there, look. And I'm darkening up that border. Okay, turning my tile as I go. It seems weird, I know, doing this at the end, but I didn't want it to sort of have any sway on what you were doing and sort of keep you contained. It's one way sometimes, I think, if you can't sort of break out of your border, it's one way of doing this and doing it at the end rather than at the beginning. Okay. So then just again, I'm going to go in, I'm going to start here, I'm going to just go along it. See, just smooth it off. So I'm working on the inside, I'm not touching that outside area at all. I'm sort of coming in bank with it. There we go. Turning my tile as I go. There we go. I'm not worrying too much if it doesn't totally blend. I'm just going in and just pulling some of it in just to create that difference. Now you can see here, I've missed a little bit there. That's it. There we go. So, last thing to do. Oh no, I'm quite aware that the sun's sort of on it. There we go. There's initials. There we go. Oh, we didn't put any zingers. Let's throw a few in. There we go. Zingers. What on earth's a zinger? It's a line. Let's go a bit bigger so you see it. There we go. And a dot. And then round we go. Let's do it then. Another one. Now these do have a life all of their own. You're never quite sure which way it's going to go until you've drawn it. There we are. Oh, Diane, yeah, it is. But do you know what? You can actually take the symmetry away a little bit by, playing with that border and working in different ways. Let's have one coming out here, look. There we go. Lovely, aren't they? I love zingers. Let's have a look. So you see I've got a couple there. I think now I need to have a couple here maybe. Let's bring it out. And out. Just to be a bit random, let's just have one there as well. Okay, so here we go. Just trying to move it, there we go, so we can see it without the shade. So there you go. So when you think we started, oh my word, deep breath. I feel like I've had a nap. We started with that shape. And although if you were looking at it, you could see it because it's the points, each of those points that we worked with this, but it now doesn't represent that hexagon, does it? It's all about just getting the points in the right place just to help you a little bit. And then from there, creating your own sort of shape and your own pattern. So I'm really, really excited to see what you can do with this one and how your journals are going to look. But I think also this one would be particularly lovely as a piece of jewellery or a little bit of a challenge for the weekend, maybe. As if you remember in your little emergency packs, you had these. What about trying this pattern on one of those buttons? I mean, it's going to be a little bit smaller, obviously, than what we've done. But you know what? It's just going to give it a little bit of a difference. And I think with these buttons, it's nice. Not necessarily, you don't have to put them in your journal, but I think I'm actually going to stitch them onto my bag. So I think it's like a little bit of a medal of honour. So, it's almost like, oh, I've done week 2 and I've done week 3. And it's just something that you can try different things with, you know, and then a little bit of spray varnish over them. Or if you don't have that, a bit of PVA glue would sort of hold it in place. That would be quite nice. I think that's going to be my next thing, as I'm going to put this onto there and see how it looks. So I can do a picture of that and I'll put it onto Facebook a little bit later. But yeah, I hope you like that one. I mean, we've done some pretty stunning pieces of work over the last 11 tiles. I say one more to do in the original set, but I think in light of the fact that we are having a longer lockdown, I think I'll continue them. So certainly for the next, we've got another 3 weeks of lockdown. Could you take me for another 3 weeks? Shall we see how it goes? So we'll meet back here on Monday at 2 for tile number 12, and then we'll go from there, shall we? So have a lovely weekend. Enjoy this tile. Enjoy experimenting with it and see what you can come up with. I mean, don't necessarily just have to do this amount of points. You could double it if you wanted to, and it's just something a bit different. So have fun with it. Enjoy. Have yourself a treat this weekend, you know, whether that be a nice cup of hot chocolate, whether it be a glass of Prosecco, you know, be nice to somebody, and just, you know, more than anything, be nice to yourself, give yourself a break and enjoy, okay? So have a good one, and I will see you on Monday. So until then, all the best, and I'll see you soon. Okay, bye.